Welcome into the 4th and 11 show with your host, Jacob Steiner. It is Friday. A beautiful, beautiful Friday. The Warriors are defeated after game one. It's a beautiful Friday. It's always a beautiful Friday. It's always a beautiful day when the Warriors lose, especially in the NBA Finals. It's not official that they have won the series yet. The way the Raptors were playing defense, it looked like the Warriors can't come back. And we will get into that. First off, happy birthday out to Joe Namath, the NFL's great quarterback, one of the great quarterbacks. He won, I think, 1 or 2 Super Bowls. I'm going to have to recheck myself on that, but he is a all-time legend for the Jets. A great quarterback and all that. Jake Peavy, I'm pretty sure he's done. He's a pitcher, recent pitcher, and also Dave Roberts. He's now a manager. I know these players, but I don't know. I don't think any of them have anything with sports now. They're all retired. They're all gone. But happy birthday out to all of them. I need to get back into researching of what that player is or person is now, but they're all turning old. I'm getting old. We're all getting old. We're not getting younger, and it's a sad life. It's a sad life, but you know who's not getting younger? Golden State Warriors. As we start off talking about the Golden State Warriors not performing as well as they could have done, a poor first quarter, a better second quarter. They're the kings of the third quarter, but the kings of the third quarter just could not get anything together. They could not gain any, and they could not lose more. It was kind of a stiff battle in between. The lead kept at 10, 11, 12 right there throughout the third quarter. They couldn't do anything. But the Warriors and the Raptors did not disappoint. They did not. I enjoyed the whole game from start to finish. It was not too much Warriors. It was not too much Raptors. It felt like it was going to go down to the end, but it didn't. The Raptors, 2-3 minutes left, we all knew what was going to happen. But 2-3 minutes left in the game, and we still don't really know the outcome of the game. That's a good game in my point of the book. You can't get any better than that. A close game throughout. It ends as a 9-point win, 109-118 for the Raptors. Jurassic Park and the whole Canada, Toronto area, the whole world except for the Bay Area and the bandwagon fans across the world were ecstatic. It was wonderful to see the Warriors get defeated like that. That defense was locked down, and Steph Curry had 34, but the Warriors could not get anything else with Klay Thompson, who had 21. Pretty good, but he was 3 for 6, 8 for 17. Wasn't really too much of a factor. 10 points for Draymond. He had foul trouble. Jordan Bell had 2 points. Andre Iguodala had 6. He actually went out with an injury. So Warriors fans, you hope that he comes back healthy or Kevin Durant comes back healthy, because DeMarcus Cousins did not play that much in this game. He had 8 minutes, 0 for 2, 0 for 1. He had 3 free throws. Those were his 3 points. But DeMarcus Cousins, 8 minutes. It felt like when the Warriors said, he's available, we thought, he's not going to start, but he might come off the bench a lot, and he's going to be a key factor. No. DeMarcus Cousins, only 8 minutes. I barely saw that person. It's Draymond Green's in foul trouble. Andre Iguodala is not doing so very hot. He's injured now. And then Jordan Bell is not doing so very hot. Bring in DeMarcus Cousins. Maybe this game might have been a little bit different. He was struggling, 0 for 2, 0 for 1 from 3. He didn't shoot that much, but he wasn't making anything. Maybe they came into this game, Steve Kerr, knowing that he wasn't fully healthy and he wanted to just limit him. Or he was hurting and he called himself out of the game. We don't know. But DeMarcus Cousins, I'm pretty sure, did not want to come into his first final series and play like that. Play that much. 8 minutes. I would have been frustrated. But I know that, Steve Kerr has his reasons. The Warriors had their reasons. And the reasons were that they lost. They could not get away. Marc Gasol played lockdown defense. Kawhi Leonard played lockdown defense. The whole Raptors team actually played. Pascal Siakam, 32 points. Marc Gasol, 20 points. Kyle Lowry had 7. We expect more from you, but if you get Marc Gasol to put up 20 and Pascal Siakam puts up 32, I think you can live with 7 points from Kyle Lowry if you keep defending like that. Because that's just the way of the game needs to be played. You need to defend a high offensive team like that and keep them under 110 points. That's what they did. They scored buckets. They played defense. They got breakaways. And, Kawhi Leonard, they double-teamed Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard knew, hey, I can't just force things up. I can't be a James Harden or a Chris Paul or a Russell Westbrook and just force things up when I'm getting double-teamed. No, I have 4 other teammates on that floor. I'm going to pass the ball. Kawhi Leonard, a great team player. He had 5 assists. Kyle Lowry did a lot in the assist department as well with 9. But plus columns for everyone in the starting lineup for the Raptors. Raptors had a pretty good game. We will wait till Sunday, which is sad. We had to wait all the way till Sunday. We don't have today. I don't get to talk about Game 2. Well, I can, but Game 2 is not tomorrow. It's Sunday. We have to wait a few more days to realize that the Raptors might be able to win this. And I'm saying might. Knock on wood that they're not going to lose. Because I'm ecstatic. I'm like a child in Candyland or something. I'm ecstatic. I'm like a person when lunchtime calls, like, oh, food, yay, let's go. I have not. Now, when the Miami Heat kept winning championships and keep going to the finals, I kept saying, yeah, I'm going to be anyone except for the Miami Heat. When the Warriors kept winning the finals, I was a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. Even though the Cavs were going to the finals constantly, I was a Cleveland Cavaliers fan because I hated how the Warriors were just getting better. Kevin Durant joins and DeMarcus Cousins joins. I was like, anyone except for the Warriors. That's anyone that has a great mind knows that they're cheering for the Raptors. Sometimes I wish it was the Bucks because the Bucks were not. The Warriors were favored way too much over the Raptors, apparently. Not so much against the Bucks, and everyone was like, oh no, the Raptors are our team to defeat the Warriors, oh no. But then a new grace has happened. The Raptors could have a chance. Jalen Rose said that KD might come back in the series, and it might be too late. Because if the Raptors win Game 2, and KD comes in Game 3, the Raptors don't have to deal with Andre Iguodala. They can just play Kawhi Leonard every time that Kevin Durant comes on the floor, and it's shut down defense. The Raptors might go up 3-0 and 4-0. And I'm not calling a sweep, but it is looking much better. It's not going to be a sweep for the Warriors. Like a lot of people speculated, it's going to be a good hard-fought series. We haven't had that in a while because last year the Cavaliers got swept. The year before, I think it went like 5 or 6, but we all knew the outcome. And then the year before that was much better. But the fact of the matter is that we might get an NBA Finals that is cared about. Maybe. I don't know. But both of these teams are looking forward to Game 2. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know who else is. Probably the whole world of, people who love basketball is just ready for it. I am so happy for the Raptors and the whole Raptors fan base. It took them 24 years, 6 long years in the playoffs of just torment, torture, absolutely terribleness. Like, they were losing first round, second round, and then they would oh my goodness, we have a little bit of life, and they lost in the Eastern Conference Finals. We all remember that. And they finally make it through. Trading one of Toronto's kings into DeMar DeRozan to get another king in Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard, I mean, if I was the Raptors, I might trade Kyle Lowry mostly or find someone that can actually play at a superstar level with Kawhi Leonard instead of Kyle Lowry. I mean, Kyle Lowry can't play in the playoffs. We all know that. He's getting older. But they can find someone. Kawhi Leonard, I'm staying. I'm getting the max contract. I'm staying in Toronto because, hey, we've got something here. Nick Nurse, good coach. Drake, he antagonizes people. I mean, you saw those fans. I mean, we all know fans a lot of days. A lot of them, I mean, they're rude and they're annoying and they do all this, but you can see at that end of the game, and mostly during the middle of the game as well, that the fans were getting to the Warriors. And some of the bad calls that the refs missed, and the refs missed calls on the other end. I mean, hopefully it was a fair exchange. I didn't really count either of them. But there was some bad calls that were missed. Yeah, okay. But if you miss one on one end, you miss another on the other end, and that's just the way it goes. But there was a blatant call. Kawhi Leonard kind of did push off, and Steve Kerr did not like it. And Kawhi Leonard got the rebound, and then Fred VanVleet rolled to the rim, got a foul. Steve Kerr was absolutely frustrated. But the Warriors, on 43% field goal percentage and 38-3, could not beat the Raptors, who shot 50%. 118-109 was the big score for Game 1. Game 2, we're looking for much of the same place. This one just without, maybe, I don't know, they might be without Andre Iguodala. We will figure out when that, kind of happens. If we know before today, tomorrow. I'm not doing a show tomorrow, but I don't know. Andre Iguodala is not looking like he could play in Game 2, which is a huge bummer. So, as we know now, Andre Iguodala is out. Kevin Durant, he might be out. So, if JaMarcus Cousins does not play over 8 minutes, the Warriors are not winning. The Warriors, 9 days rest, not winning. And speaking of that, rest, I mean, do teams need the rest? Because the Warriors had 9 days of rest. And, I mean, yeah, you would love the rest. But they came out and they were absolutely terrible. I've never seen. I mean, I think it was the lowest amount of points they scored in the first quarter all season, and it was definitely all playoffs as well. I mean, like 22 something points. It's like, excuse me, like, Warriors, where are you? Because they were absolutely trash. They could not. I mean, yeah, 21 points. The Raptors couldn't get much of anything as well. They scored 25 points. But we expected more from the Warriors. But the 9-day rest might have killed the Warriors. And the Raptors might have been a little bit tired from playing a lot of games lately. But they came in with fresh legs. They knew how to shoot because they just came in like 3 days off of their break and shooting and still killing. The Warriors are going to need to wake up if they're going to be able to win this series. And we all know they can. It's not like something that we haven't seen before, but the Warriors definitely need to wake up if they're going to be able to stay in this. But MLB draft, I want to just say this real quick. I don't keep up with college baseball. I mean, I will watch it if it's on, and I will cheer for the team that, I don't hate from college football or college basketball, and I will cheer for that team. And, it's sports and it's baseball. I like baseball, but there's just way too many players, and also the fact of the matter that, I mean, there's like, let's say, I think it's like 50, 40, 100 rounds almost, like a lot of rounds, a lot of players that can go to the MLB. A lot of players because they have AA or single A, AA, AAA in the MLB. That's 4 different teams. 4 times 32, I don't really know. I mean, that's a lot of teams, and they need a lot of players to fill all those spots. And I cannot keep up with all Division II's teams, all Division I teams, maybe even Division III teams. I can't keep up with all of them. So I don't. I mean, I'll read the reports on them when they get drafted, and I'll read the draft grades and tell them to y'all. But the MLB draft, I mean, I even forgot that it was happening because, I mean, that's the only league that does it in the middle of their season. I mean, who does it? I get that college baseball is just about to end. But who does it in the middle of their freaking season? Apparently the MLB does, because, I mean, what in the world? Like, in the middle of the season, like, the GM's like, oh, we're stopped trading. We got a scout. And the MLB GMs, they got a lot on their plates. So I don't think I can be an MLB GM because I feel like it would be a lot. Be a lot on my plate. I would have to find prospects. I'd be like, hey, scouts, go find me a good prospect because I can't keep up with that. I'm going to keep up with who's in the MLB and trade for them. It's a lot. Just give me a draft report. And speaking of the MLB, it was like the attendance has kind of stayed the same, but has kind of gone down. It gone down like a couple hundred or so, which is not too big. But I mean, for a lot of people, I mean, are we taking, because it's early in the season. School has, for a lot of people, has not been let out yet. And it's like, really? Like, what? Like, come on. Don't say baseball's dead. I mean, it still has a lot of fans, a lot of attendance, and there's a lot of teams that that aren't really good, and fans don't really care about them. And I really don't like how baseball fans, like, they don't show up to their, I mean, like the Seattle Mariners, not a lot of people are there, and they were like first place, and they were pretty good last year. They were competing for the AL West, and it's just like the fans are gone. The Astros as well. Like, I was at the Astros games when they were like winning. Like, the first time that they were winning, they were running away with the AL West in like 2015. Yeah, like I was there, cheap seats, everything was like, oh, going off, like no one was there, and I was like, where the heck are the Houston Astros fans? And then the year after, when they were kind of right at that 500 level, but people knew that they made the playoffs, they were winning, it was like a whole flip. It was like seats were filled, and it really. But for the NFL, when the NFL team's winning, fans will pack the stadium. When a basketball team's winning, the fans will pack the stadium. But when a baseball team's winning, they need a year to evaluate them before they come and spend money on them. And it's like, I'm proud that the fans do come to the stadiums when their team is winning, and it gives them a year or so. But the fact of the matter is that the MLB is a slowly dying sport, because a lot of days now, parents are not getting them in the Little League. They're not getting, their kids involved in baseball. I mean, it takes them a while. It really takes them a while. I'm pretty sure, down the line, some of these people that don't really watch baseball will come back to baseball, because, hey, my brother and I hated golf. But once we got older, we kind of like golf, because, hey, chilling on the couch on a Sunday afternoon, then it's not bad. It's not bad when you're watching golf. It's not bad. People come back to baseball. Old people love slow sports, so they'll come back to baseball. And that's just the way it's going to be. But they came out the attendance, losing a few hundred. I don't think it's a big deal. If it was a big deal, the whole world, it would be on SportsCenter. It would be on every single sports podcast. It would be everywhere. It would be everywhere if it was a big deal. But it's not. So let's not make it a big deal. Moving on. NHL Game 3 on tomorrow, Saturday. This one goes back to St. Louis. St. Louis, finally, I forgot to, talk about this yesterday. St. Louis and the Boston Bruins had a pretty good game until I hit the second quarter, and it's just like, or second period, and it's like, what? I was kind of going back and forth, but no goals. Like, it was a crazy first half, or first period. 4 goals, 2 each, and you're like, are we going to have, like, goals left and right? Like, goalies are not going to have that great of a game. Nope. Goalies fixed themselves, and they came out, and they were... It was weird. It was weird. No goals. They went into overtime, and the Blues finally just snapped and pulled through. Poor Bruins. But I'm pulling. I don't know who I'm pulling for, because I don't want Boston to keep winning. Boston's had too many championships over the last few years, and then they got the St. Louis Blues over here that beat the Dallas Stars, and I'm like, I don't want to cheer for them. I don't like the St. Louis Blues, and it's kind of just like I'm stuck in the middle ground. I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. Whoop-de-frickin-do if we are going to talk about the NHL like I care about either of these teams. But it's NHL, it's sports, it's fun, it's good series. I mean, it's not like sweep, or it's not, every game's like, 5-goal lead. It's close. Both those teams went to overtime. It was like, hey, it's a battle. It's a fair battle. It's not Patrick Mahomes versus the Detroit Lions of the 0-16 days. It's like, whoa, 100 points to 0. Like, what? But Game 3, Saturday, nothing on tonight except for baseball. Baseball, I'm sorry. There is something on tonight. It's baseball. So if you like baseball, go ahead and watch it, because baseball is on tonight. There's no NBA Finals. There's no NHL Stanley Cup Finals. It is all baseball. So baseball, please shine yourself and show yourself to be the great sport, because there's no football either. I mean, unless you watch the Canadian Football League, which I don't think is on right now, but I mean, it might. The Canadian Football League. Is that league still going? I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, I'm being serious. I really don't know if the Canadian Football League is still going. Because, I mean, I don't know if it's big in Canada. I know it's not big here in the U.S. It gets no television time here. You look up Canadian football, it's just like, is that even a sport? Like I'm searching through the menus, like, is it on? Like, there's no telecast times until next year. Like, Canadian football, it's football, but I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, it's got a lot of NFL ex-stars and all that, ex-convicts and whatever. It has Johnny Manziel, or it used to. I don't know if he went back, but I mean, Canadian football is dead. It's a dead sport here. It's a dead sport. It's the way it's always been. But MLB, it's time for you to shine. Friday starts all new series. Sometimes they started yesterday, but hey, every team should be playing tonight. Every team in baseball. So your favorite team probably playing tonight, so go ahead and watch them. Go ahead and up that attendance. Maybe some people, I just realized this. Maybe the attendance is because they just don't care about going to the games. I mean, because they can get it on the TV. They're getting it just like me. MLB at bat. They don't want to move from their couch. They just want to pay $24 a month and just sit on the couch and not really care. Because, I mean, difference between $24 a month and getting all the games, or going to a game and paying like $300 altogether for, or $500, if you want to buy some merchandise as well. Maybe $600, $1,000, because those jerseys are expensive. But the fact of the matter is that the MLB attendance is lower than it was, and it's fine. We're not going to make a big deal out of this. We're not. But a brand new week inside of June. We are in June. Today is the final day of May. The May flowers are gone. We are getting closer to summer. It's 20 days now. Like, I think it's June 21st or June 20th. And we are almost to summer. It's already hot here. It's like, yeah, I mean, there's some days where it gets down in the 80s, but let me tell you, if you aren't up there in like Montana or Canada in the snow or somewhere, I mean, it's awful right now. That's the Texas heat. We're glad that the Rangers are about to get a closed stadium, and the Astros already have a closed stadium, but it's hot. But that is a wrap for today, Friday, May 31st. We will be back here in June. So y'all, I will see y'all next month.